Today I am excited to share with you my spinach, cabbage, and fish sauce. I enjoy making this dish for my husband because it is rich in fiber and protein. It's filling and satisfying and perfect for anyone on a low-carb diet or weight loss journey. First, let's prep our ingredients to keep things efficient. For the frozen spinach, I like to rinse it a couple of times after removing it from the bag and squeeze out most of the water. Simple enough so far, right? Next, chop up the cabbage and give it a rinse.
Wow, this is very dense.
And here's what you'll need: olive oil for cooking, rinsed spinach, chopped cabbage, mackerel in tomato sauce, rehydrated smoked herrings, my go-to green seasoning, habanero for spicy kick, as well as sweet chopped red bell pepper, and some chopped onion for flavor. Oh, and don't forget the cured fish and dawadawa for that umami boost. To the heated cooking olive oil, I like to add some cold-pressed coconut oil for a hint of tropical flavor. And then I toss in my umami flavoring ingredients, the dawadawa and cured fish, and fry for about a minute. Next, add the onions and saute until they are caramelized, which should take about 3 minutes. Then stir in the habanero and cook until fragrant, which should take about a minute. As you see, what we're doing is essentially building on our flavors. So it is time to season with our salt and crushed black pepper. Of course, to taste. Soaking the herrings earlier makes it easy to remove the bones. And I highly recommend removing the bones for an easier, safer, more enjoyable eating experience. I am sure you will agree with that. And once our onions are beautifully caramelized, look at that. Perfection. Mix in the fresh green seasoning, followed by the fish or the herrings, and stir that in to combine and cook for an extra minute or so. And while you have that going, break down the mackerel in tomato sauce and then combine it with what you have in your pots so far. This mackerel and tomato sauce brings so much more flavor and volume, as well as extra protein to the dish. And by the way, it came out of a can. It's canned mackerel in tomato sauce, although I do have a recipe on this channel of how I make it homemade. Now go in with your preferred seasonings and spices. To season to taste, of course. Combine everything and let it cook for about 5 minutes, and then add the cabbage and the red bell pepper. And continue staying tuned for the final few steps of this nutritious dish. If you've been watching to this extent, I would like to extend my sincere gratitude to you. Thank you so much. Please be sure to like the video. Most times we forget to do so. When you do like the video, it helps to push the video. The algorithm likes it when you like the video. So please kindly do that for your sister, Madame. Thank you in advance. Now you want to cover the pot and let the cabbage wilt down. This should take about 3 minutes or so, still cooking on medium-low heat. Then go in and stir and see if the texture of the cabbage is to your preference. I like it so far, so I am quite happy here. Next, we want to add the spinach. And then stir that in also to combine everything. Looking good, looking good. Once you've stirred in the spinach, cover the pot and turn the stove off completely. We're using the residual heat to gently tenderize the spinach. Remember, we're meal prepping, so we'll reheat this dish later. We don't want to overcook it now. And there you have it, a whole pot filled with nutritious food. Isn't it amazing?